Solitude. _35_. He closes the door afterwards and positions his hand in a way where I place mine. We walk like that and my clutch is in his other hand. As we walk towards the red carpet, the media houses are already taking photos and some are coming to interview us, but I continue to walk, only turning around to smile for a few. Mr. and Mrs. Cochran, the media house we hired, says when we get to the entrance. I smile, leaning a little on August's shoulder. I see photographers take a few more photos. The two of you look lovely. Thank you, I respond lovingly, caressing August's hand. My wife is behind all this, August says. I playfully hit him on the shoulder and it sends all of us laughing. Tell us about your excitement. It was bad enough that your mother's firm was brought down, but seeing it being built from the ground up in a short period of time is something that none of us expected. He pauses as a fake tear falls from my eye. Tell us how all this makes you feel. Honestly, as you all know, the firm was built by my mother with her hard work. And her death was a huge blow, and as you all know also, it was left in the hands of someone else. But we know how assets turn out when they have been left in the hands of someone who didn't work a day for them. She ruined everything and I couldn't allow our family name to die just like that. I had to do something to bring it from the ground up, and now here we are. We must say we were all shocked when we learned that Ms. Mafanda has taken over the firm, but we were just glad that the two of you worked as a team and the results were outstanding, seeing how well the firm was doing the last few months. Of course they made a great team. Now if you can excuse us, August says, and I am thankful because my blood was beginning to boil. We walk in and heads turn. I must say I am feeling proud right now. I see Chibesa from the corner of my eye with his +1, a lady he has been on and off with, and I hate her guts too. Looks like your baby daddy is walking towards us, August says, and I have to force a smile. Chanda, the lady says. Katai, I say. Chibesa, good evening. Good evening, August, Chibesa responds. Mr. Cochran, Katai says with a smile, extending her hand. Hello, he says, shaking it lightly. You have done well for yourself. I am sure your mother would be proud, she says, and I smile. I see you two are still together, I say instead. Of course, honey, we are, she responds, and I hate that she is calling me honey. Let us go and mingle, Chibesa says, obviously not appreciating her behavior. Sure, baby, she responds. Chanda, I must say marriage looks good on you. See that glow and the weight gain. I can almost say you are pregnant, but how can the mighty Chanda be a mother? She says, laughing, and I notice the look that Chibesa gives me, but I avoid his eyes. The rest of the evening we get to greet people. All the important guests have come and I can see the Nakambas. We head to the hall where seats have been laid out and the host begins the program. He recognizes the dignitaries in our midst and also observes protocol. He talks about the birth of the firm and how strong we have stood the ground and how the country is blessed to have such a powerful firm run by women. When it's time to give speeches, he starts by giving the opportunity to the guest speaker, who happens to be the Minister of Justice, a few individuals from the board, until it is time for the CEO to speak. Now we have come to the most important part of the evening, for the CEO to officially launch the firm. He says, and everyone claps, looking in my direction. But then someone goes to the stage and hands him a piece of paper. He looks in my direction again and then the other direction. That's when I notice her. Nella. I would like to invite the CEO. I stand. The CEO of Chanda and Associates, Ms. Mafanda Nella, to come and give her speech. He announces. I feel sick to my stomach as I take a sit, embarrassed. I look at Chibesa, who looks at me equally shocked. Then at the Nakambas. Mr. Nakamba has this deadly stare, but Mrs. Nakamba, as usual, is calm. Good evening, she says with a smile. Good evening, everyone responds. She is wearing a gold off-the-shoulder dinner dress that has a slit from her upper right thigh to the bottom. On her feet her gold stilettos. Her hair is straight Peruvian that is just above her bottom. Her ears have beautiful diamond studs and she almost looks like royalty, making my outfit a total disaster. 3 months ago, when the firm burnt down, I had no idea I would be standing here today with it in its glitzy and glamour. For me it was over, for me it was done, but I guess fate had different plans. God had different plans, and I know most of you are wondering how it was rebuilt in a short period of time, but be sure that will be documented and made open to the public soon. For now I am just happy to announce that the firm is officially open and ready to serve the people starting tomorrow. So enjoy yourselves the rest of the evening. Thank you, she said, cutting the red ribbon behind with a knife. Everyone got on their feet and applauded as she got off the stage. The media took photos. I could see the men staring at her. I was hating all this and more, that I had no idea what was happening. She walked out and I followed her quickly. August was just in my reach and I could see the Nakambas and Chibesa coming as well. The hell, I say to her, and she just smiles at me. Marriage looks good on you, the weight gain, she says, and I click my tongue. The firm is in my name, so what in God's name are you doing here? Chanda, you underestimate me, don't you? She asks. What is that supposed to mean? Look through these papers and tell me if the firm is still yours. Mr. Nakamba grabs them from her. What is this supposed to mean? He asks. I should be thanking you for rebuilding it for me, she says, walking away. Nella, this is not over. I have enough evidence to bring you down, Chanda. I swear to God you don't want to go down that road, and you would do well by taking care of your baby. You are pregnant, Chibesa asks. She is bluffing. August lets go of my hand. Chibesa. Chanda, you are carrying my child and decided to keep quiet. There are people now surrounding us and I can see the media taking images of us. Chibesa, you are causing a scene. August, we need to talk tomorrow because you are not raising my child, he says, walking away. Now I am left standing with the Nakambas. You tricked me. Sir, I had no idea. I have no idea what is happening. By the time I am done with you, you would have no option but to beg for mercy, he says, walking away, and I can feel my legs growing jelly weak. You should never underestimate your opponents, you know. That girl is truly a child of her mother. You should have known better, Mrs. Nakamba says, walking away. Your friend and author, Winnie. Hibiscus.